A very pleasant good day, my bread. A very pleasant good day, my beloved brothers and sisters in Christ and outside the body of Christ. Well, once again, this is your Christian brother Eric Braxton speaking to you all from his beloved country, Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago, the land of my nativity, the land of my birth, Trinidad and Tobago, this wonderful island country that is in the blue Caribbean Sea. Brothers, speaking to you all in the month of September 2019. Brothers and sisters, I was watching a video on YouTube with medium or physic medium, John Edwards. I spell his name, John Edwards, JOHNEDWARD. And he was on the show, the TV show. Let me spell the name of the show. MEREDITHVIEIRA show. SHOW. So he was on that show. And there was a few people in the audience, maybe about 50 or close to 100 people. And he was talking to a woman and say that he was communicating with the dead woman relative. And he's passing on, he is receiving information from the dead woman relative, and he's passing on the information to her. Brothers and sisters, I, Eric Braxton, want to teach you all, bring a new revelation to all your mind, a new enlightenment, a new knowledge, a new understanding, clarity to all your mind, that John Edwards and all the physics like Tyler Henry, John Edwards, and many more, they are not communicating with the spirit of no dead people. All of you all are being deceived and fooled in the process. Brothers and sisters, John Edwards is saying that he is communicating with the spirit of dead people who have died and passed on the other side. When the Bible teaches the dead does know anything, and the Bible is the highest authority, the 9th chapter of Ecclesiastes, verse 5, the living know they shall die, but the dead do not know anything, because the thoughts, memory cease. Also the love and the hatred is now forgotten, neither do they have any portion of anything upon the earth. I use that text, there are many other texts in the scriptures, but this text is specifically very important as all the rest of the text. It shows you in that text, when you die, your consciousness ceases. And when you're alive, you could, these qualities, hatred, love, envy, you could only express these things to other people when you're alive. But when you're dead, it say also your envy and love love is now forgotten. And hatred is now forgotten. You cannot express these qualities to no one. Neither do you have a portion of anything under the sun. So you teach her that if the person was a doctor, when the person was alive, he could carry on the function of a doctor, seeing about the needs of people. When he died, he cannot carry on the function as a doctor because he's a dead person. And the spirit in man is not a spirit entity having form and shape as the body. It doesn't have consciousness. The spirit is just the breath of life, the air, the wind. The wind is not a person having personality. It doesn't have a hand, a foot, or a shape as the body. It's just the air, the wind. So when you give up this breath of life, it go back in the atmosphere, which is the wind. This flesh and blood is a personality. I have a hand, a foot, a ears, a mind. We are flesh and blood. So we is not immortal. When we dead, we lose consciousness. We doesn't know nothing until resurrection. When God will resurrect the dead, the good people and the bad people, and give them back their consciousness. That's what the 9th chapter of Ecclesiastes, verse 5 is telling you. But John Edwards is saying that he is making contact. He is communicating with the spirit of dead people. In the first place, we are not spirit being. The air within you is not a spirit person, neither is the wind. You is flesh and blood. You're dead and you're rotten. This is what the Bible teaching. So that teaching that he is telling you all, that he is making contact with dead people, the spirit of dead people, is a total lie. Brothers and sisters, the new teaching and revelation I want to bring to your mind is this. I want to prove to you that he is not communicating with the spirit and no dead one. Because none of you is not asking John Edwards, you say that you are making contact with the spirit of dead people in this room. our dead relative, you claim that you are making contact with them, right? And you are saying that these dead people who is in a spirit form is right in the room, but that's invisible. Brothers and sisters, that's a lie. Because if God had created spirit beings, He'd have created us with the ability that when we come out the physical body and the physical body dead, we'd have had the ability to take on a solid operation and come back and talk to our dead relatives. You see, brothers and sisters? But when John Edwards was saying that he receiving message from all the dead relative, did any of all the dead relative take a solid operation in the room for everybody to see, to talk to you all? No. You see, John Edwards is telling you all that the spirit of all the loved ones is in the room, but they could only remain invisible. They could see all you, but you all can't see them because they're in a visible form. But they do not have the ability to take a solid operation to speak to you all in the room, to show all yourself. Can't you all see that as a deception? Because in fact, if God did create a spirit being, we'd have the ability as a spirit being now to appear back in a solid operation and talk to our loved ones. But that is not happening. So John Edwards is saying that the spirit of all the he's saying that the spirit of all the dead loved ones is in the room with is in the room with he, but the spirit of the dead loved ones who is in the room, that spirit could only remain invisible, but nobody can see it, but it doesn't have the ability to take an operation to manifest itself to show everybody in the room. Can't you all see that as a lie, brothers and sisters? But only John Edwards are hearing the voice of the spirit and receiving message from the voice of the dead people who pass on who's in a spirit form. They are speaking to he, and he is hearing what they're saying, and they are working through he as a medium now to give you all the message. Brothers and sisters, that's a lie, because the next question is, brothers and sisters, if in fact the spirit, now we are not spirit beings, but I'm just using this example. If in fact we were spirit being and God did in fact create, now he did not create a spirit being, but I just have to say this to show it as a lie. If in fact that the spirit of dead people is in the room and John Edwards is communicating with them, why the spirit had to pass through, have to speak to John Edwards as a medium to give you all the message? Why does not the spirit speak to the people in the room directly and not working through John Edwards to speak to you all? So John Edwards is saying also, you know what he is saying? He's saying the spirit also do not have the ability to take on an operation to speak to you all, where everybody in the room could see the spirit. He's also saying that the spirit cannot speak in an audible voice for everybody to hear the spirit directly talking to you all in the room. But he's only he alone could hear the voice and receive the message from the spirit of dead people. And when they speak to he will tell the living people in the room, you know, Sister Grace, your dead mother, tell me, you love, she is in heaven. And don't cry, don't worry about she. Everything is happy. She's happy on the other side. She's in heaven with Jesus and with the archangels Michael. So everything is okay. That's a total lie, brothers and sisters. Can't you see that is a deception? And I'm bringing this understanding to you all, that John Edwards is not communicating with the spirit and no dead person, because the spirit doesn't know because the dead doesn't know anything. The dead people who die is waiting for resurrection. So John Edwards is fooling you all in the process. But yet still the information that he is receiving is true information. So then who are revealing it to him? You know who are revealing these information to John Edwards? The fallen angels. The fallen angels. They are the one who is around John Edwards, and they is the one who given out the information about all the dead relative and passing on the information to John Edwards, and John Edwards are giving you all the information. And how do the fallen angels know the history of all the dead relatives? So simple, because when people's alive, the fallen angels know the history, and when the person dead, the fallen angels know the history. So the fallen angels will just walk through a person and reveal that information to that person, a medium, to pass on the said information to their current loved relative. And that's what has taken place. So it is the fallen angels who are given John Edwards all this information about these dead people who have died, and when he received the information from the fallen angels, he had just passing it on to the living people relative in the room, brothers and sisters. But it's not the spirit of the dead people who die. Their spirit is not in the room communicating with you to communicate back to the living loved ones in the room. No, that is not true, brothers and sisters. So right there, can you all see it is a lie and it is a deception? Brothers and sisters, so from today on, since I've teach you all that, no need no more to go to see Tyler Henry, neither John Edwards, because none of them cannot comfort you all, and none of the physics cannot comfort none of you all. The only person to comfort man is God himself. That's why he's the comforter. So any of all the dead relative who die, whether there was a criminal, a good person, or a bad person, I want you all to know that they're in the hands of God. And right now they are in sleep, they are in the grave, they're unconscious, doesn't know nothing. And when God resurrects the dead, whether your family was a good person or a bad person, God is a just God. God is a holy God. God is a righteous God. God will judge everybody in the judgment fairly and righteously. And just having that knowledge alone, that the righteous judgment of God is fair and decent and good and noble, and that he will not take advantage of no one, whether good or bad, when they die, but he will judge everybody fairly. Having that knowledge and that understanding alone will be able to comfort you all concerning all your loved ones, so that you know that when God eventually resurrects the righteous people and the evil people in the future to come, God will judge them righteously. And having that knowledge and that understanding that God will judge you, the dead fairly and squarely, good people and bad people, when you resurrect them, he will judge them fairly. That knowledge alone will be able to comfort you, brothers and sisters. So now you no need to go to no physic and no psychic, because when you all go to see them, all you still have to take out all your money and give to them, and they are not comforting you all, brothers and sisters. And because they are engaging in a deception, brothers and sisters, and I'm teaching you all that, and I'm revealing that facts to you all, brothers and sisters. God is the only one to comfort us, because he's the one that makes us, brothers and sisters. So having that understanding now, go to the 9th chapter of Ecclesiastes verse 5, and you all will see what I say. Plus there are many other texts in the Bible that are related to that text, and read it for yourself, and you all will see that John Edwards is not communicating with the spirit and no dead person, and he's not comforting none of you all, but you all believe he is comforting you all, my brothers and sisters. And this is the facts, and this is the truth. Whether you all reject what I said or accept what I said, it still remains the truth, and that is the fact of the matter, my dear brothers and sisters. So shalom, peace. See you all in the next video soon. Bye bye, my friend.